Okay, so today I'm tying my absolute favorite caddis pattern, which is really only constructed from two different materials, which is CDC, just natural color CDC, and grey seal's fur. So this is particularly useful pattern in rivers and streams, where you have these case-building caddis sometimes hatching in large quantities, and they're usually grey, and there are typically two different sizes. One is a smaller one, and this one I'm tying today is the larger one. So yeah, it's just like a standard. You can vary this in different colors, in brown if you have a brown version hatching. I'm using hand hooks. I like this. This is with the standard wire. I don't necessarily always like the light wire, even though theoretically it would float better, but sometimes if you happen to hook a large fish, I prefer to have the standard wire or heavy wire, even on dry flies. This is this fly has lots of CDC and seal's hair, so it will float incredibly well, even with a slightly heavier hook. Thread doesn't really matter, something thin, and I'll just this is just a very simple fly to tie, two different materials and very fast, and pretty much the only caddis pattern I use in running water. Works extremely well. I kind of don't like to have too many different patterns in my box, because it just makes it more difficult to choose the fly. And if you have, it's better to have a lot of flies of something work really well. So that's the body. It's just seal's hair dubbed around the thread, and I've got a bundle of 4 small nice quality CDCs, and I'm going to tie it a little bit long because there's going to be some cutting involved in the end. Just make sure you leave 3-4 millimeters to tie in the wing CDC, and here you want to use quite a lot of force, and if you can, just make sure it goes around the body, as it does in the the real caddis. The wing goes covers the body in a way, and tie in this quite tight. And if you can use super glue or something so that this wing doesn't rotate. Okay. And now, instead of just dubbing the seal's hair straight on the thread, I'm just gonna make a dubbing loop. And just prepare a loose bundle of seal's hair, something like that, and then twist. You can use your dubbing needle to get these fibers out. It needs to be very bushy, so it's kind of like, instead of a hackle, you're using these, and for me, I think they make for a much more natural looking thorax, and the idea is that this is going to be very bushy looking initially, and I'll show you the trick how to actually get the proper shape for this fly at the end. Okay, that's it. Like that. And then you can whip finish. Like that. And technically this fly would work as it is right now as well, but kind of wanted to lay flat on the surface with the wing upside facing up, and so what I do is I just make a cut. This is usually easily done if you remove the fly from the vise, but here, just for demonstration, I'm just gonna show to do this. Okay, so now you got a flat surface, and essentially this fly would work as it looks now, but to get an even more natural shape, you can try brushing everything backwards, but what a neat trick you can use is to use super glue. So this is like a gel formula, and you just need one small drop the head, and then you just take your fingers and you strike everything backwards, and you get this very nice shape. And usually that shape is, you know, resistant to casting and catching fish. And now you just need a cut, so you get that nice caddis wing shape. You can kind of leave the wing a bit longer than this as well, and then at the water you can see how large the caddis are, and you can then have your scissors with you and trim it to the size you want it to at the water. So that's pretty much my very simple, you know, very realistic caddis pattern for rivers and streams. So, okay, thanks for watching.